A woman called Lauryn Hill is going to be featuring on our spotlight today, and a lot of you are excited about it. We've never featured her before. And what makes her so exciting is that she burst into the scene not as a solo artist, but as a member of the group The Fugees. You know, when The Fugees got together, they wanted to create a trio of deep artists. So in high school, Lauryn Hill was approached by Pras Michel, one member of the group who is Wyclef Jean's cousin. So they got together and released amazing albums, including Blunted on Reality in 1994 and the Grammy Award winning The Score in 1996. This album sold 6 million copies in the US as Lauryn Hill rose to prominence for her amazing influences on singing, her neo-soul take, and her hip-hop. Most notably, her performance on the Fugees' version of Killing Me Softly. She gave it her own take, her own feel. A rapper, a singer, a songwriter, a force. I mean, she's an enigma. We can't describe Lauryn Hill in a couple of words. We have to dedicate the entire show to her, and that's why the Spotlight series is on Lauryn Hill. Lots of songs here you have listed. So after they went on to release these two albums with the Fugees, Lauryn Hill was in a romantic relationship with Wyclef Jean, and things didn't go well. By 1997, it was over. She left the Fugees. A lot of people say she was the star of the trio. So she went on, and in 1998, she released that amazing album that we know and love today. It's called The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Interestingly, when this album dropped, she was already dating Rowan Marley, and everyone was talking about their relationship. She became pregnant in late 1996, and on August 3rd, 1997, Marley and Hill's first child, Zion David, was born. The couple lived in Hill's childhood house in South Orange after she bought her parents a new house down the street. Oh my goodness, everyone was talking about Lauryn Hill at this time. 1997 to 1999, we celebrated the debut of Miss Lauryn Hill as a solo artist, as a mother. This album sold over 423,000 copies in its first week, and it was boosted by the advanced radio play of two amazing singles. That one right there called Lost Ones and Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. I'm going to be playing that right here for you. Take a listen to what Lauryn Hill had to say when she was talking about the miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
You know, miseducation, wow. Every day it means something more to me, actually. People automatically thought, oh my, she must not have done, maybe their teachers didn't teach anything, but that wasn't it. The meaning behind it was really sort of a catch in me learning that, when I thought I was my most wise, really not wise at all. And in my humility, and in those places that most people wouldn't expect a lesson to come from, that's where I learned so much. And, and so I termed the phrase miseducation, not because it was a miseducation per se, but just because it was sort of contrary to what the world says is education, it was this education that came from life and experience. And not necessarily academic, all academic, but related to living. I'd gone through a lot, a huge emotional and spiritual battle prior to the creation of that album. And the funny thing is that while I was going in the battle, I couldn't see my hand despite my face. I mean, I really couldn't see anything because I was so emotionally entangled in everything that I'd gone through. But it was like once I was delivered from that situation, and once I got the perspective, was able to look back at heartache and look back at pain and disappointment, for some reason, it all was so clear. It was just like the picture started to form itself. The songs started to create themselves. I was able to look back and be a narrator of my own situation.
Well, anyway, I want to take you back to 1998. It's all about Lauryn Hill today. Another single that got critical acclaim, it was the second release of that album. First, it was Lost Ones, and then she had Do Up, That Thing, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It exemplified Hill's appeal, combining feelings of self-empowerment with self-defense. Other songs that charted on the amazing album include X Factor, which was also later interpolated by Drake and Cardi B. And then earlier on, I played Everything Is Everything. By November 1998, the second child by Marley and Lauryn Hill was born. Her name is Sella Louise. She recently went on Instagram Live just to talk about Lauryn Hill as a parent. She went on to say that she didn't hesitate to use the belt. She was a spanker. Lauryn Hill went on to defend parenting, her parenting style, saying, "Don't talk about my parenting. Focus on your own child." It was a tough time there as a mega superstar in 1998. My personal life was not necessarily a shining light. I'll be getting into that as we continue with the Spotlight artist today. Her name is Lauryn Hill. And between 1998 and 2000, it was all about Lauryn Hill, the Grammy Award wins and everything. But behind the scenes, she was struggling with quite a lot. In the year 2000, it was obvious that the pressures of fame had become overwhelmingly incredible for her. She could not bear to be a superstar. She was not ready for the spotlight. She didn't like what she was becoming. She disliked not being able to go out of her house to do simple errands without having to worry about her physical appearance. So this started to take a toll on her. She fired her entire management team and began attending Bible study classes 5 days a week. She also stopped doing interviews, watching TV, and listening to music. She started associating with a spiritual advisor. His name is Brother Anthony. He's very famous in Hollywood. And of course, a lot of people believe that this was the start of Lauryn Hill's life going downhill. And his guidance or his spiritual advice started to inspire a lot of her controversial public behaviors. A lot of people were talking about she cut her beautiful hair. She speaks as if she's not of this world. Something definitely happened to Lauryn Hill. So she later described the period of her life between 1998 and 2000 as a time where people will never understand her. She says people were exposed in the beginning to whatever she allowed in that time. That was not me. That was not Lauryn. I had to step away when I realized that for the sake of the machine, I was being compromised. She felt uncomfortable having to live up to stereotypes and what people wanted her to be. A superstar, superficial, vacuous. For 2 or 3 years, she said she was away from all social interaction. It was introspective. It was a time for her to, focus on being black and young and gifted in Western culture. I mean, it's a lot. Deep woman, battling a lot of things behind the scenes as a young mother. Later on, she separated from Rowan Marley, and she made sporadic appearances around the world. Some events would have people booking and buying tickets, but Lauryn would never show up. She still performed her classics, from Killing Me Softly to Turn Your Lights Down Low, the unplugged versions as well. But there was something different about Lauryn Hill.
The Spice Drive with Monique. Spicing up your drive.